Good.
All right. Welcome. This is BSE and Me. This is the podcast talking about BSE and everything else. Welcome. My name is Brittany Painter and I am your host. I am here with the famous Clarence Waldrop from IBM. Thank you, Clarence, for joining me.
Brittany, the pleasure is mine. Thank you very much. Very honored to be with you today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is our inaugural episode here, so very first one. So thank you, Clarence, for being my guinea pig. I do appreciate that.
You are more than welcome. Only thing I ask is that if you run into Dusty Rivers at Tech Exchange next week, tell him I got one on him.
I definitely will.
Because he is the podcast king, from what I understand. So there you go.
I'm looking forward to that. We do have Tech Exchange next week, which is really exciting. It's my first time going. So tell me a little, Clarence, because I know you have quite the history in mainframes. So everybody seems to have a story on how they got into mainframes. Give us a...
Okay. I would be honored to do so. And it's going to be a little, and you're going to think this story is a little wacky. So, when I started dating my wife, her brother was an electronics technician for the United States Navy, and he was stationed at Dam Neck Naval Base in Norfolk, Virginia. So my wife asked me to take her up to see her brother because at the time we were talking about getting married and she wanted her brother's blessing. So the side story of this is my mother-in-law informed me that I was not taking my wife outside the state lines without a chaperone. Okay, now you got to understand this was 40 plus years ago and the rules have changed quite a bit. So make a long story short, we ended up taking her great grandmother's to chaperone with us up to see my wife's brother. So one morning about 3 a.m., he comes into the bedroom where I was living and wakes me up and says, "Hey, you want to go to the base with me? We got the systems down." Mm-hmm. Sure. I said, okay, this must be a test or something. So he loads me up in the car and we go over to the base, and we go into the computer room and there's this big machine sitting in there doing all this work. And I don't know how he talked the person to let me in because I'm sure this was a highly secured area, but they let me in there. Make a long story short, I was oohing and ahhing over all of that. And then when we finished, I said, "Bill, that was interesting. What in the world were y'all doing and what was the problem?" He says, we weren't doing anything really tonight. We were just tracking Soviet satellites up and down the East Coast."
Oh, gosh.
And this was back during the height of the Cold War and basically the system went down. And so I came in to help get the system back up. I said, unbelievable. So I came back, did a little research on computing overall, and come to find out there was a local technical college in my hometown. I went and talked to the admissions advisor. They made me take an aptitude exam, and I must have done okay because she said, "We'll more than welcome you in." And that's how that's how I got my start. And the rest is just history, because at the end of the day, I've seen the platform evolve over the last 40 years. It's been unbelievable. So, but that's how I got my start.
That's wonderful. By happenstance. That's usually how everyone comes across it. So since being in the platform all these years, you are with IBM now. What are you doing in your current role? Because I know you're a bigwig. So
well, I'm not a bigwig. I'm just let me make sure I work for a living. Okay. I manage the Z software resale program globally for IBM. I'm very honored to have that role. I work with over 200 business partners globally through our distribution network to resell IBM software. So it has its challenges just like everything else, but our partner network by far is the most talented, technically strong set of individuals I've ever worked with in my life, to be candid. They're very sharp. In some cases, the partners, in my opinion, are a lot smarter than we are in terms of understanding customer requirements and customer needs. So very fortunate to know a lot of those folks, and very fortunate to get to work with them on a regular basis.
I'm fortunate too, because that's how we met.
That's right.
21CS is a partner of IBM, and we work very closely together, which is why we acquired VSC in 2021. So that's that partnership, that continued innovation, and our mentorship. So Clarence has been quite the mentor for me and my colleagues. We do Clarence School, as we like to say. With all of the new innovations coming to the platform, what does it look like for the new folks coming on board?
I think this is the most wonderful opportunity for you and the younger generations, I like to call them, that's been around in the last 30 years. Because the move from architecturally from where the platform was when I started 40 years ago to where it is today is just unbelievable. How the innovation, all the changes in terms of what's been done from a hardware and software perspective is just unbelievable. And the fact that organizations have the chance to make such different changes in what they want to do technologically makes it great. To me, it couldn't be a better time for the younger generation to take advantage of this and fully exploit it.
Wonderful. And as far as opportunities, I know with IBM there are plenty as far as learning opportunities and growth opportunities. What are some of those opportunities that perhaps some of our young folks don't know that they can capitalize on?
Well, to me, there's several. First would be wrapped around getting involved in any Z Council that's going on today. Okay, there's world of experience, much smarter than me, by the way, at these events. Secondly, there's IBM constantly is running mentoring programs in terms of new hire IBM employees that to bring aboard, even from a business partner perspective. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing with 21CS is because we were able to work it out with my management for me to come and spend time with you and your team. And then we get together once a week and talk about all kind of stuff. Okay. That opportunity presents for anyone that's working within a business partner environment or working with IBM directly to be able to do that. And I will tell you, IBM is constantly investing in younger people, and rightfully so, to make sure that we have everyone, as I say, to pick up the flag and move it forward. When my generation finally decides it's time to hand it off to the next generation to support it.
And I'm grateful too that not only IBM but 21CS is so captivated by that new talent, because it's really provided an advantage for us. There's a lot of great mentorship programs, but everybody I think has been so welcoming, and I think that's been the best part is the community.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Not only do you have access to IBM experts whenever you go to these events, Tech Exchange, Share, all these other events, but also the business partner organizations have highly skilled technical talent that you can lean on as well. One of the things we try to do at IBM is constantly foster business partner collaboration. Okay. And that means we want business partners to be able to talk to each other. One business partner may have a different set of skills versus the other business partner, but at the end of the day, the business partners have the ability to communicate with each other and articulate solutions that help clients continue to evolve the platform. Okay. I hate to tell it to everybody, this platform's not going anywhere. I hear all these stories. We're getting off the platform. We're moving to the cloud. We're doing this. Yes.
We haven't died.
In some cases, that may make sense. But overall, when it gets down to the core applications that drive the business, what I'm seeing is more of a hybrid cloud or a hybrid environment, which is what IBM strategically is fostering these days. Which means that's fine. You can definitely have the other applications running in those environments where it needs to be, but Z needs to have a place in that as well, because that's where I hate to say it, that's where the majority of the data resides. But actually, I don't hate to say that because that's the truth.
And there's a lot that's come out within the past few years, especially when it comes to hybrid cloud environment, and AI has been a hot button topic as well. And with the Z17 coming out, that's been quite the... I mean, do you want to run with that one?
Well, to me, the investments have been made to drive a client's changing technological needs in a hybrid cloud environment. No doubt about that. The other part of it is, as we continue to expand the capabilities of the large language models around what clients are looking for with AI, then absolutely the way the new hardware structures have been put in place absolutely supports that. So clients that are even, we're talking VSE in some cases. Clients even running from a VSE perspective, there's no reason why, based on what I've read and what I've seen from a technological perspective, that this should work very well in a hybrid cloud-related environment and fostering the proper AI-related activities to support their evolution of where they're wanting to go from a business perspective.
It's really the best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
In that aspect.
Absolutely.
For new folks that are coming on board, and even for maybe some of our newer folks that are in the industry and just kind of getting involved in the community, what's some words of wisdom or some advice that you would pass along?
Two things. Take the time to read up on any technological changes on the platform as they become available. And secondly, try to reach out and find a mentor that can help you not only from a technical standpoint, but also in terms of the community, customers, things like that. Okay? Because everybody says IBM is a closed market. No, it's not. It's a market where it's constantly evolving, which means that clients are constantly wanting to know more about what they can do with the investments that they've made. Okay? And trust me, there's a lot of people like me that love getting out and mentoring and having conversations with the younger generations because I really want to see this platform continue to evolve. And as I was told 40 years ago, I'm spending this time with you and investing in you so that you can keep it moving forward. Okay, so that's what I do with you and your team. I want to continue to keep it moving forward. I appreciate the comment about Clarence School. All I'm sharing with you is experiences that I've had over the last 40 years and all the things that I've learned. Because to be candid, I would not be where I'm at today if people had not lifted me up 40 years ago, like I'm trying to do with y'all, and move it forward.
And I feel like you have such an extensive history with the platform. I just want to stick a plug in there and soak it all up.
Well, I can assure you nothing is off limits in regards to that. I will be glad to provide any help and experiences and all that I can provide you. The main thing is that accept it and move forward. And what I find interesting also, just to be candid, is that once we have these conversations, it really looks like to me that you get it and your colleagues get it, which means, now it makes sense. Okay? So everybody thinks, the Z is old, its legacy is going away, blah, blah, blah. I got news for you and everybody else. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not. And IBM continues to make the right capital investments in the platform, not only from a hardware perspective, but from a software perspective. Okay? And I'll be candid with you. I'm honored to be an IBMer. I'm honored that I've been with IBM as long as I have. IBM's been good to me. I've learned so much from a technological perspective over the last 40 years. It's been freaking awesome. So I want to open up what I have to everybody else that wants to listen, and away we go.
Well, we're appreciative of that for sure. What would you say, as a closing note, what would you say your favorite part of this industry is? Overall, with mainframes, the community, just in general, what would you say your favorite part?
My favorite part is when a client tells us we have done what they ask us to do, and now they are more successful as an organization.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Okay? Because of what we've been able to provide them with the Z platform. Okay? Think about it. We've talked about this before. If you bank, you're interfacing with a Z.
Yep.
If you're making an airline reservation, you're interfacing with a Z.
It's like 6 degrees of
bacon. You got it.
Right.
Absolutely right. So again, my position is that to me, the client satisfaction is the best thing I get out of it. Now, that's it.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, Clarence, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. You were my guinea pig and you did a great job. Thank you.
Brittany, thank you so much. This was great. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for joining us on VSE and Me podcast, brought to you by 21CS in Morehead City, North Carolina. Thank you so much. I'm Brittany Painter, and stay tuned for our next episode.